Have you ever wondered how someone can go from having a lot of money to being completely broke? We're not talking about reckless people, but regular folks with good intentions who made financial mistakes that anyone could make. Stories of fortunes wasted on bad investments, impulsive purchases, or poorly thought-out businesses are everywhere. And the worst part? Many people fall into the trap without even realizing it until it's too late. The real problem isn't just losing money. It's the shame, the stress, the anxiety of looking at your bank account and not knowing how you ended up in such a mess. From overusing credit cards to falling for get-rich-quick schemes, the same patterns repeat themselves over and over. And you know what's really absurd? All of these mistakes can be avoided with a bit of information, common sense, and above all a solid dose of financial literacy. In this video, we're going to break down the most common missteps that lead people to the brink of bankruptcy. But not to judge your goal is to open your eyes before you take a wrong turn. If you want to protect your money, make smarter decisions, and build a strong foundation, stick around until the end. Because understanding these mistakes could be the difference between living on the edge or living with financial peace of mind. If you truly want to start transforming your financial life, the key is to do it in a simple way. There's no need to complicate things. I've left a link in the pinned comment below. Click it and discover how to take the first step. Trust me, you'll be rewarded with everything you need to reach success. Some people hear a piece of advice during Sunday lunch, and the next day they're already putting all their savings into a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The problem is that without even a basic understanding of the market, that rush turns into a trap. Many dive into risky ventures, thinking they're about to get rich, but they crash into reality instead. As the saying goes, if you don't know how to fight bulls, stay out of the ring. Investing without preparation is like playing Russian roulette with your financial future. It's easy to mistake boldness for recklessness. Betting big on something you barely understand isn't courage, it's a lack of strategy. Then, when the house of cards collapses, desperation sets in, followed by consequences, bad investments, loss of money, frustration, and even bankruptcy in extreme cases. A simple read like The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham can help you distinguish between empty promises and real opportunities. In this game, knowledge is worth more than money. If you get easily excited by promises of guaranteed returns, be careful, you might be looking at a classic get-rich-quick scheme. And trust me, those never end well. Instead of chasing the hype of the moment, start with safer, more understandable investments. Treasury bonds, reputable mutual funds, or even a fixed-term deposit in a trustworthy bank are more secure entry points. It's not about avoiding risk, it's about learning to manage it. And that only comes with study, time, and smart decisions. Credit cards can be a powerful tool or a silent trap. It all depends on how you use them. The problem is that, with that easy money in your pocket, many people start spending like there's no tomorrow. What begins with a dinner out, new shoes, or the latest smartphone turns into a snowball. And suddenly, you find yourself stuck in the debt trap without even realizing how you got there. Irresponsible card use doesn't just create credit card debt, it can wreck your financial history for years. Some people pay the minimum every month, thinking they're staying on top of it, when in reality, they're feeding the beast interest. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Without good spending control and a solid money management plan, you'll likely end up with more debt than you can handle. A practical way to avoid this hole is to treat your credit card like real money, not as an endless extension of your account. Ask yourself before each purchase, would I pay for this in cash right now? If the answer is no, maybe it's not the right time. Also, creating a realistic budget and separating fixed expenses from impulse buys can make a big difference. Using a credit card isn't the problem is using it without thinking or with your heart in impulse buy mode. When the numbers don't add up, many people turn to loans as a lifeline, But not everything that glitters is gold. Some quick loans seem like a miracle solution, until you read the fine print, sky-high interest rates, hidden fees, and conditions that trap you. What starts as a relief ends up being a noose around your neck. Getting into one of these loans is opening the door to the debt trap, and getting out could take years. These loans, disguised as urgent help, are among the most common and most expensive financial mistakes. The companies offering them often take advantage of people's desperation or lack of knowledge. And since the money comes fast, you don't stop to think about what comes next. The monthly payment seems small until you realize you're paying double or triple what you borrowed. Without a solid foundation in financial literacy, it's incredibly easy to fall for this trap. So, what can you do? First, avoid making decisions under pressure. If you need money, compare your options, ask questions, and read the terms carefully. Talk to your bank, consult a financial advisor, or look into alternatives like debt consolidation. And above all, work on improving your money management so you don't have to rely on loans all the time. Because borrowing isn't the problem. Borrowing poorly and paying the price for years is. Cryptocurrencies have revolutionized the financial world, but they've also led thousands to make costly mistakes. Some people, caught up in the market hype, sell everything and dive headfirst into crypto without understanding even the basics. And when the crash comes, everything they invested vanishes as if it never existed. Betting everything at the top of the wave is like riding a roller coaster without a seatbelt. Thrilling, but extremely dangerous. Many see crypto as a fast track to wealth, another classic get-rich-quick. But investing without understanding the fundamentals is a recipe for disaster. Some people mortgaged their homes, sold their cars, or drained their retirement savings to buy Bitcoin at peak prices only to watch it plummet weeks later. Without diversification, strategy, or proper knowledge, all you're doing is playing the lottery with your assets. Before jumping into this world, you need to read, ask, and educate yourself. There are books, courses, serious forums, and plenty of professionals willing to help. A good rule of thumb: never invest more than you're willing to lose. Also, combining cryptocurrencies with more stable assets helps reduce risk. The key isn't to avoid new opportunities, but to avoid diving in blindly just because of hype or fear of missing out. Enthusiasm without knowledge is fertile ground for bad investments. Buying things you don't need with money you don't have to impress people you don't even like sounds like a joke, but it's the reality for many. The desire to appear successful drives thousands into serious financial trouble. From cars they can't afford to maintain to designer clothes bought on installment plans. The result: constant overspending and zero financial peace. And the worst part? Most of the time, they don't even truly enjoy what they bought. The phenomenon of lifestyle inflation is sneaky. As your income grows, so do your expenses, as if living on the edge were mandatory. And without a solid foundation of money management, you end up spending twice as much as before with the same level of anxiety. On social media, everyone seems to have a perfect life, which fuels comparison. But real wealth isn't about what you show, it's about what you keep. What's the solution? First, reassess your priorities. Do you really need that luxury watch or the latest phone model? Or are you just buying validation? A useful exercise is to review your purchases from the past month and highlight which ones were truly necessary. Creating a budget helps to allocate a portion for fun. Yes, but do it consciously. It's not about denying enjoyment, it's about avoiding impulsive buying and the trap of chasing status. A broken fridge, an unexpected layoff, a hospital visit, emergencies don't warn you. And without a safety net, you can fall straight into a financial abyss. The absence of an emergency fund turns any surprise into a crisis. Instead of handling the issue calmly, you're forced to max out credit cards, take out loans, or sell belongings in a rush. It's a perfect recipe for stress. Not having a financial cushion is one of those financial mistakes that doesn't seem serious until something happens. Then everything crumbles. It's like riding a bike with no brakes. It's fine while the road is flat, but the first downhill, you know how that ends. An emergency fund isn't a luxury, it's a basic need for any adult who wants to live without panicking every time something goes wrong. Building that fund isn't as hard as it seems. Start small, 10, 20, 50 euros a month. What matters is consistency. Open a separate account, automate it, make it untouchable. Aim for 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses, and whenever you get extra income, put a portion into that fund. Over time, you'll not only have a financial backup, you'll feel a peace of mind that's hard to describe. Good money management starts right here. Starting your own business sounds like freedom, success, and fast money. But done without preparation, it can become a nightmare. Many people dive in with excitement but zero knowledge of management, markets, or basic finance. The result? Failed startups, lost savings, and major frustration. What began as a dream becomes a burden. And often, the intention was good, but the strategy was missing. Launching a business just because it sounds profitable is like playing roulette with your future. Some even take out loans or burn through their savings to fund ideas that haven't even been validated. Without experience or guidance, they end up trapped in a debt trap, paying off a project that never took off. Starting a business without a solid foundation is one of the most common and painful bad investments. If you really want to become an entrepreneur, start at the beginning: education. Learn about money management, read books like The Lean Startup, talk to real business owners, and study your competitors. Create a plan, even a simple one, that helps you see the risks clearly. If possible, start small as a side project. Don't fall for get-rich-quick promises. A solid business is not born from impulse, but from preparation. Now that you know the most common mistakes that can destroy your financial stability, what are you going to do about it? The key is making smarter, more informed decisions and acting with caution. The next time you're tempted by a risky venture or unnecessary expense, remember everything you've learned today. Your financial future depends on the choices you make now. It's easy to fall into overspending or believe that everything will work out. But the truth is, financial education gives you the power to avoid those mistakes. So how about taking control of your financial life and starting to build a strong foundation? Make a small change today, like opening a savings account or setting a budget. If this video helped you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you can keep learning how to manage your money wisely and avoid the mistakes so many people make. It's time to take control of your financial future. Are you ready to take the first step?